Nobody from the hood never took no vacation. No nigga I ever knew had a damn summer home. Cause ain't no time off from this shit. Ain't no breaks, no sick days. Not for me or nobody from where I came from. Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? We are back, y'all, and we are here to do Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. We are back, and I'm gonna do a follow-up video after this where I'm gonna talk about some things that I think that's expected to happen. So kind of like a predictions type of thing, you know what I mean? You feel me? So definitely make sure, after this video, you check out that video because we on and popping up in here, okay? And also I'm gonna have baddies coming up, of course. So look out for that video. We going, okay? But yeah, let's talk about this episode. Don't forget, if you're not yet part of the family, to hit subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss my weekly videos. And we rolling, y'all. We rolling. And also I do have a website. It's empresslooks.com. It's usually, I believe, in the description area. So check it out, support your girl, help me to keep these videos rolling and things like that. Any little thing does help. And like I said, that is something that I had created from one of my other channels. So I might as well tell you guys, because I know some of y'all may be looking to get that little bling cuteness, you know what I'm saying? Or get it for your girl or your mom or your your sister, cousin, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this episode. So Kanan, he was pretty much like chilling on the beach, like, just on some different type of stuff that he's not used to. He was hanging out with, they said aunt, so I'm his aunt Deb, but from the way she was talking to the mother, it seemed like it was more so a close friend, unless it was some kind of situation that happened. I don't know, because she was like your mom and your dad, like something happened with your mom and your dad. So if it happened with her mom and her dad, then I don't see how they could really be sisters, siblings. So yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll hear more about that coming up. But you know how sometimes, especially with West Indian families, like we just call everybody that's older than us, that could be a family friend, the neighbor, a real aunt. We call them aunts and uncles, you know what I'm saying? It's just a respect type of thing. But yeah. So anyways, it looks like Detective Howard, he's finally getting out of prison. He's finally getting out of the hospital. He didn't die, which is great. Well, great for some, depending on who you are. Maybe not so great for Kanan, who attempted to kill him but did not. He shot and missed. So yeah, that was pretty bad. But it seems as though he has amnesia, or that's pretty much what everybody is assuming and thinking is the situation as of right now. But yeah, luckily for him, this near-death experience was more like a rebirth for him, because he actually was able to get some bone marrow, which he desperately needed in order to live. Because remember, he had been given already a short amount of time to live if he didn't get a bone marrow transplant, and he didn't have any family or anything. He was actually looking to see if he would be able to somehow get Kanan, since that was his only living child, to give him this. But his own flesh and blood done shot him in the back. You trying to use him and he trying to eliminate you. Like, if that's not a dysfunctional family, I don't know what is. I mean, with family like that, I couldn't do it. But yeah, he got a new life, and he just has, like, quote unquote, a new outlook on things, and he's only concerned about the things that he can control. He's on some spiritual, here and now, in the moment type of, cognitive therapy type of stuff. Like, it was just different. He's just seeing life from a different perspective, he claims. So when Lou had an argument with his girl, who is also Famous's sister, she's pushing hard for Famous to get up in the ranks and get some music and stuff like this, but he ain't even writing anything. It's like she wants everything handed to him because she's having sex with him. But that's not how it's supposed to go in business. You know, that's why a lot of times they just say don't mix business with pleasure, because then people think they going to get something for nothing. And then once you start doing that, I mean, it's his own business, but once you start doing stuff like that, it's unethical. You know, luckily they didn't have like a whole big label where it's other people under them, but if stuff like that is happening, it's not cool. You know, and she was upset that she's not getting what she thought she would get, you know, which is her brother being just like, boom, you know, the success story and, you know, getting everything handed to him. Nah, it doesn't come that easy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she's frustrated about. So it looks like they're always arguing. But then he when he drove away, he heard some chick like just singing a song. She sounded real good. She was like singing in her car, you know? And he tried to get her attention, but she had the music so loud, she wasn't even paying him any mind. I be doing that too, because I don't be wanting to talk to no weirdos in the street. Like, I've had a few like, no, we're not doing that. Sorry. I don't think so, sir. I'm good. Like, let me keep bumping to my music. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what she was doing. And then he, on some drag race type of stuff, went right in front of her, cut her off. But she was real feisty. She was not playing that. You know, she was cursing him out like, yo, what are you doing? You trying to kill me right now? He was like asking her questions about the music. Come to find out, I guess it's his tracks that she was singing on. But she was sounding real good. So he's like, you know, told her, did some little marketing and some little networking, gave her his business card so that, you know, maybe she can call him so they can work on something. Lo and behold, his plan did actually work, because she came later on in the show. She did come to his studio. Her name is Zisa. And, you know, of course, everybody's looking like, wait, what? You know, Famous is like, like, what is this? Who is this person? You know, his girl is looking like, because I mean, she's cute. I believe she's Hispanic, and she's cute, and she can sing. So I mean, she's ambitious, she's talented, and she's ready to work. You know what I'm saying? So she's about to be the new meal ticket. That's what I'm seeing. And she could possibly be, you know, his little love interest or whatever. But I'm not too sure, because it's something else that I had seen, which was when Jukebox had actually came over and heard her singing at one point. Jukebox was just like real zoned in. So I'm like, who gonna catch her first? Because the way she was looking at her, it looked like she was ready to go in for the kill. You know, it's been a little while. It's been a few months, 3 months since she's talked to a girl or whatever. Maybe she's ready. And, you know, I don't know. But Rock definitely wants him to like really get more involved in the business. But Lou's trying to focus on his own thing. He's not really trying to be too involved, even though he's still involved. But she's like, yo, like, if you're not doing this, if you're doing this and you're not really making any money from it, then it's just a hobby. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're failing us right now. So she's trying to give him more work to do, since, you know, he's not doing really good with what he's doing, you know, what he's focused on. So yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't even be mad at him if he was to talk to this new chick, Zisa, because his girl, come to find out, is doing the freaking other guy that works there. I don't remember their names yet, y'all, but it's coming back slowly. But yeah, like, with this guy. So yeah, I wouldn't even feel bad for them. Meanwhile, Jukebox, she was still mourning the loss of her ex. And, you know, it seems like she probably visits her grave like constantly, or perhaps it was just like an anniversary thing. I don't know, but she was there. She had the track, I guess, that they made. I think it had some writing on it, but I didn't take note of it. But yeah, she's still, you know, in pain from that. She's smoking now, using that as a coping mechanism to kind of suppress other things that are going on. Like, a lot of times that's what people do, is they use one thing obviously to suppress something else. So if you're feeling pain, you may become addicted to gambling. You may start spending impulsively, or smoking, or drinking, you know, whatever. There's different things, even excessive things like going to the gym too much, or cutting. So many different things that people do. And this is one of the things that she started, because even when Kanan had seen her, he was just kind of like, when you start doing this, you know. They did have a nice little like family dinner for him when he came back, but it was real tense because Jukebox and Marvin haven't really spoken, you know, since everything happened. I mean, he literally almost killed her, so I wouldn't blame her for not speaking to him. I mean, honestly, I would probably, if I was in that situation, I'd probably never speak to him for the rest of my life. Like, at least she was giving him a little something, like kind of cold shoulder answering his questions. I wouldn't even have gave him that much, because you literally almost killed her, and that's supposed to be your daughter. You know what I mean? And you mess up all her stuff and her sentiments that she had for somebody who's no longer here because you're mad. And I think that the reason why he's so mad is because it seems as though, I think that was a picture of her mom, but I'm not 100% sure. But on the back of the picture, it said Kenya and Laverne. So I'm assuming that her mom was probably a lesbian as well. And maybe that's what hit a trigger for him, is because of, he probably knew about that, and he's like, oh shit, like my daughter is doing the same exact thing, you know, it's running through her blood. He's like, what the hell? You know? And it's crazy because she didn't even know that, but it just so happened that it's something that's within her, you know? So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that changed since Kanan left. And his mom, she like literally took over the whole projects, whatever floor that is, as like a crack house, but crack floor. Like, it was like everybody just shooting up, and just pregnant women getting their drugs on. It was just like so unethical, so moral, and just the reason why people were just like doing so poorly. And you know, it sucks that, you know, it's your own people a lot of times are the ones that are contributing to this madness. But I see it from both angles, because they're trying to make money, they're trying to quote unquote have a business. It's just the wrong business. Like, it's better if you could get a business where you can help people, uplift them, you know, as opposed to destroying the community, destroying families, destroying homes, killing people, you know. Well, you're not necessarily killing them, they're killing themselves, but you're contributing to that cause. But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. That's pretty much like, she done took over. They paid off the project police and security and the housing authority and whoever else they had to pay off. They paid them off so that they would be good to do what they had to do. And the cops wasn't really looking for them there, because, you know, they mostly looking for the people that's dealing on the streets. So for right now, they had everything on lock, making that money, you know, without much competition or anything like that. But oh boy, I forgot his name too, but he about to get out of jail, right? Why is my ear itching? I'm sorry, y'all. I look like I got some like nervous thing going on, but my ear is like itching like right here. But yeah, oh boy, he just got out of prison, and he was like the real competition, you know what I'm saying? So it's about to get real crazy, because, you know, he just got out. So I'm pretty sure he's going to want to reclaim his territory and start taking money away from them. And I think he had like some good product and good connects and things like that. But Scrap, the other dude that worked for them who had the patch, unfortunately, he is just like so into gambling and had such a big problem. And it seems like it was a generational curse, if you want to call it that, where his family, grandmother, mother, him, you know, all had that issue. And I've seen those types of things in families before. Sometimes it can just be like they might have something like a neurological thing, which nobody ever realized that they had, which is a genetic disorder, like, and it causes impulsivity. It causes these urges where you just want to keep on getting that thrill, that dopamine rush. But especially back in these times, like, people weren't thinking about that. Or if they did, like, well, no, they weren't thinking about this. Like, mental health is more so a thing now. But yeah, he ended up getting caught up, and it looked like his mama got snatched up too, you know, because they was running their little illegal gambling spot, you know what I mean? And yeah, they got caught up. Addictions can make you definitely vulnerable. Addictions to sex, addictions to money, you know, fast money, all these things is what can cause people to fall, get into bad situations, lose homes, you know, just everything. Well, but Symphony, she seems like, I mean, he seems like he's a good man. And I know I've said this before in previous, you know, the previous episodes or whatever, even though I didn't do that many, because I think it wasn't as many people watching back in then. But, you know, I'm going to try to be consistent as long as I see that people are watching these shows, because I do like this show, and regardless, I'm still going to watch it. So it's like, maybe I'll just, you know. But anyways, and plus I just paid for stars, so we about to do this, y'all, now. But I feel like the thing about him, why their dynamic isn't working, is because he makes Raquel become a lady. He makes her be vulnerable. He makes her see or become soft and feminine, and she doesn't want that. She cannot be a boss and be thinking about babies and planning a future and marriage and all this stuff. And she, of course, she doesn't want him to get hurt, you know, because he's not about that life, and she don't want to bring him into that life fully either. So it's like, this is why just him, even though she loves him and cares for him, it's too scary for her to move forward with him, and she just, you know, kind of just is throwing him to the wayside, you know what I mean? But he did give her a hint of something that she may not have realized, which is that Kanan is scared. He's a young boy, and he just attempted murder to somebody. He's having, you know, all these intrusive thoughts and things like that because of the fact that, you know, she's not really thinking about his well-being. She's only thinking about the empire. She's only thinking about grooming him and making him tough so that he'll be able to, you know, maybe one day pass down the generation and he could be next, you know, the next biggest thing on the block. So, you know, and we all know how that turned out. But this is what, like, she's more so focused on. And she did have a conversation with him where, you know, he did kind of reveal to her that he just doesn't want to let her down. He doesn't want to disappoint her. But, you know, he's having nightmares and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But in the end of this episode, Professor, why do I fucking keep on saying all kinds of weird stuff? Detective Howard, he ends up going face to face with Raquel. Like, they're about to have some heated conversation. I don't know. We shall see what happens, but this can't be good, right? Well, at least not for her or Kanan. But we'll see what happens. Definitely check out my predictions video so we can talk about what we think may be happening. All right? I'm trying not to say too much about that. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And later.